artificial intelligence on how to reveal me a glimpse of the glitch of the simulation. Wouldn't that be a real trip? Oh, let's take it together to find out how we can manipulate the script for just long enough for it to cause a chain reaction, no type of effect on the code to cause a reboot to awaken them from the safe mode.
Hey, Nick, maybe Bassie knows, I don't know, but Nick, I know Russia bombed Odessa yesterday or overnight or something. How bad? You got any idea how bad it was? I know our friend John, Dawn, and my friend John has friends over there. And he said it was, from what he understood from her, it's pretty bad.
Well, I sent him all the photos and everything. Did you see it? Did you see it on Telegram?
No, I was looking around.
Oh, on Telegram, did you put it?
Yeah, I sent them all to the RTS Telegram group, and there's videos and photos, everything taken by John's friend.
What is that RTS Telegram group? How do you get into it?
Okay, if you go to rts.earth, the main, like my main site, and there's on the sidebar, there is a link that says RTS Telegram, RTS Community Telegram. So you should be able to just click that and go right in.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a single thing on any news feed about it, Maurice. Not a single thing anywhere.
Really?
Which
Not
is
even on
nothing. I'm pretty sure people are scratching their head going, what the fuck is it going to take to set this guy off?
The right timing, in my opinion, the right timing.
But that's
isn't right.
That's the real interesting piece here, because apparently that the coup that happened was because the army's going, let us fucking blow them up and finish this.
Yeah.
And Putin is going, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's a little story, and a little timestamp for me going, wait, first of all, we'll go, welcome to the UnFuckIt discussion. As usual, we're already deep into it. Timestamp for me saying this part will need to be edited out of the YouTube clip.
You gotta
Can
edit
you
it out.
just fuck? I can't. You just. I'm not liking you today.
I know, but I love you so much.
Right. This next little bit we will edit out of the YouTube clip because I certainly can't talk about this topic on YouTube. What we watched an episode of. So, anyways, that little bit there. Just want to put that out there that there's some similarities of what we're seeing playing out now that feel reminiscent of the beginnings of World War II. So just a thought, Of course, we all know how that worked out for Stalin, Mussolini, and Hitler. They lost. We watched, I'm going to change the subject now. We watched Redacted yesterday. And I wanted to ask Paul and Andy if you guys have heard anything about this. Redacted was talking about UK has announced that there's a new pandemic coming, and it's going to be because I wonder, because I'm not watching British news at all.
Congo hemorrhagic fever.
The Crimean Congo hemorrhagic.
It's not been in the mainstream.
It's not.
In fact, no, it's not in the mainstream.
Okay.
But they are sort of like dropping hints that something is on the way. It's, I think there was a guy in Parliament or something in Commons. I don't know. I think that's where she got the story from.
Yeah,
of course, there's something on the way.
Well, there's always something on the way.
No.
What?
Because there, on I think that redacted episode we were watching, somebody had made the hard reference of the doctor who said that by the end of this summer, the mass die-offs are going to start from. So by the end of this summer, coming the flu season, they need to have some sort of a pandemic to cover for all of the things that are possibly happening with people. And if you look at that Congolese, that Crimean Congolese hemorrhagic fever, blood clots and all kinds of things that are very similar to side effects from the.
So I haven't done any reading on this. I haven't gone to look at it. I just listened to that one report and went, oh, hemorrhagic fever. Because you remember my rants. I think I've had at least 2 or 3 of them in the last year and a half. That the alt media keeps pushing Marlburg. oh, they're going to release Marburg. They're going to release Marburg, which is a hemorrhagic fever as well. And I was like, no, they're not, because it can't spread. They've already tried that, and it doesn't work. Like they tried Ebola, and that didn't work either. So this Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever. There is only one hemorrhagic fever that we know for a fact is aerosolized contagion. And that is the Mayenga Zaire strain of Ebola. It is the only hemorrhagic fever that we know for a fact is an aerosolized, it can be spread through someone breathing on you, for example. All the hemorrhagic fevers, all of them, are very, very fragile viruses. They get really upset if they don't have the perfect humidity levels that they like, or the perfect temperature levels that they like, and they do not live long on anything solid that isn't, you know, a human or structure to feed off of. So if they're going to try and pull this, because it would be a fear porn move, right? Because if they try and pull it, you will immediately have them go, Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever like Ebola, because Ebola is the boogeyman. Ebola is the boogeyman virus that they like to throw out to scare people because it's terrifying, right? The Mayenga Zaire strain of Ebola is 85 to 90%
and
lethal.
It's not pretty when you go.
And it's not pretty when you go. It is not pretty. So it has been well programmed into by the news. It's been well programmed into us by all these media outlets that you should be afraid of Ebola. Ebola is a terrifying, terrifying disease. That is what they will do. If they're going to try and play this Crimean Congo,
well, apparently
which is
two
a
people have already contacted it here in the UK. However,
yeah,
like we said, if it has a 40 to 60% mortality rate,
which is
one of those two fucking people should be dead.
Yeah. So, what's coming? Now, I've been saying that they're going to try another lockdown. They're not getting the whole climate change thing is not working for them. They've already played the kind of card. They've thrown it out there to the public, and not just England. Like, this is kind of a global thing. Like, Canada's throwing it around, America's throwing it around. Oh, climate change. Oh no, maybe we may have to have a lockdown for climate change. And the public has just gone, serious life, fuck right off. We're not buying it. They've tried their little bits and pieces, and I think the only thing that they've gotten a rise out of course, was the pandemic. So I guess I'm cutting this little section out of the fucking YouTube clip too. When you already have a pile of the public programmed, it makes sense that that is the card they will try and play. I'm not saying necessarily on this Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever, for fuck's sakes, but that is the card that they're going to try, because none of the other cards have even come close to working. Now, the interesting thing...
Not even World War III. Not even the threat of World War III.
No, not even the threat of World War III has literally made anyone blink. No one blinked. They played that card multiple times over the last year, and the public did not even blink. So you got to go back with the fear they already know. If they play that, and if they're going to play that, they will play that for September. It will be played just before the beginning of like hardcore school. People will have already been done their holidays, because you don't want to get everyone angry at you because you've made it so they can't go to Spain. Oh my God, you've canceled my trip.
About that. They've proved that for 2 years.
No. There is a hard line in the sand right now. Absolutely. In a way that there are certain lines that they're not willing to cross. They can't do it in the summer. There's too much money coming in from tourism. There's too many people traveling. There's too many people. They don't want to catch everyone out of the country. They will play that card in the middle of September sometime. that would also give you the biggest distraction they need, because when you talk about financial, the end of the fiscal year for the United States, of course, is September 28th, which is always when shit is going to get real. If shit's going to really go real on the financial global stage, it will be in the end of September, first week of October. So they're going to need a major fucking distraction, even if it is solely everyone standing up and going, I don't fucking think so. When everyone refuses to put on the mask, when everyone refuses to stay indoors, when everyone, that in and of itself, because you'll see even the alt media will go fucking crazy. And they'll be like, no, hell no, we won't go, blah, blah, blah. That's a great distraction. Even just that, even everyone fighting back.
Pushback, yeah.
Even the pushback is a brilliant fucking distraction. We've got the BRICs meeting happening in August 20th, Maurice. Is that it? I'm pretty sure it's August 20th. 22nd? Thank you, Andy. So August 27th, we have the big, huge BRICs meeting. We are coming up on the end of the fiscal year. We have got all these different things coming into play. So, like I say, if they're going to play it, I think that's when they'll play it. They won't play it before then. They won't play it before September. Unless they really, really need a distraction. But yeah, I would not be surprised to see them try and play that.
There's
card
that plethora of articles about the Earth's axis being tilted.
Oh fuck!
And there's this everywhere you look on social media, on alt media, and actual media, talking about how the Earth's tilt has shifted 31.5 degrees.
Oh my god!
Or to 31.5 inches. Sorry,
inches, not degrees. Holy fuck!
Inches.
Not degrees. Holy shit!
And their reasoning is that humans have pumped out so much groundwater that it's caused the Earth to shift on its axis.
Yes, it's all our fault.
Such bullshit.
It's all our fault for drinking all that water.
On
Look,
the other side of it,
I'm so guilty. I caused the Earth to shift because I drank water.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of it is being blamed on industry. So, for example, pumping water out of the Earth for
Nestle.
Fracking, for oil recovery, for a lot of those kind of industry, for mining, the amount of water that they pumped out is shifted the Earth's axis. However, that doesn't take into account that the goddamn magnetic North Pole has wandered fucking hundreds of miles, right? That doesn't take into account that the oceans that they've discovered underneath the Earth's crust outweigh the oceans that are on the surface of the Earth. We've pumped out so much water that the Earth's axis has shifted by 31 inches, and it's everywhere. It's such bullshit.
It's like just, but you know what? The Muggles will swallow it. The Muggles will totally and completely swallow it.
Good news though, because now the Bermuda Triangle and the Devil's Triangle and the other triangle up in the Great Lakes are all moving because the shift. So they're all moving out of where they've been at historically. That's good news.
It's good news. No, I agree with you, Leonida. That's excellent news. I'm glad that we know this. And that's the world we live in now, where it is this character assassination. And it's played on so many levels, even within the alt media, especially. And you have this non-stop. I will put out something, or I'll say something on the show and say Russell Brand. And I will immediately, I can guarantee you that I will immediately get 4 or 5 messages from people going, oh, Russell Brand's evil. Don't you know? He had a photo and it was like this, and he was married to a Rothschild. I was like, first of all, do you have any idea how many fucking Rothschilds there are in the world? Second of all, he did this because they all do this because that's what the photographer tells them to do. Like this, because the photographer says, okay, now do this, now do this, now do this, now do this, now stand on your head, now turn around and kiss your own ass. You do what the photographers tell you to do. It's not evidence. Yet, even within, and I literally, someone sent me a message the other day about RFK, Robert Kennedy Jr. And it was like, he does this, and he does, and he says, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh my God, character assassination. Like, you cannot, within the alt community, it's almost become an addiction. Yes, that's the word. It has become an addiction. That if anyone pokes their head up, you got to hammer that fucking head down just like it's a fucking nail. You got to label that person. You got to find out every little thing that they've ever done, ever said, and then find a way to
Cancel them.
to cancel them. This movie, this one, The Sound of Freedom, right? Do you have any idea how many fucking emails and messages I got from people who are like, oh, you know, this guy, he did this, and it's all just, oh my god, you can't watch it. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, again, cancel culture. Let's take a movie that's actually making a difference, right? And it's making a difference, and then let's go out and let's dig up any little piece of dirt we can fucking find.
That movie is
every piece of dirt.
Fucking funny thing though. I was just showing Danny. There's a compilation of clips of different theaters throughout the United States, and we touched on this on last week.
Thanks, yeah.
But there is a compilation now of various theaters that have done all kinds of fuckery on playing that movie. Some theaters in that movie was on, they left the lights on in the theater. Other movies, they released a bad fucking smell. Other theaters closed the theater down because the plumbing had no pressure. Other theaters fucking just outright called people and said, "No, we're not showing it." And then they showed it.
And then they showed it. And like, there was only like 5 people showed up because they canceled their tickets and said, you'll get a refund. And they showed the movie anywhere. And only 5 people were like, you know what, I'm going to show up anyways because I don't.
Step isn't the right one. Not too sharp, I got anything left. Look for it at the right time, but it doesn't seem to come. Or do I get distracted by the turbulence? Other frequencies, guess I really do bet if I increase